So India women are set to clash against England women in match 20 of ICC Women's World Cup 2025 at Holkar Stadium in Indore. After two consecutive losses, India sit under pressure to win and revive their semi-final hopes. England, meanwhile, remain unbeaten with no result and will aim to capitalize on their momentum. In the next half an hour, we'll discuss about India's chances and what they need to do to get back to winning ways. Guests would also be joining us, and we'll go across to Indore also to our correspondent Deepika Mehto, who is covering this game. Not only this, it's a double header today, and we would also be discussing the men's game which is underway between India and Australia at Perth. Let's get it started. And after a couple of tough losses, the Indian women's cricket team finds themselves in a tricky position. With 2 wins and 2 losses in 4 games, this clash against a strong England side is a crucial game for women in blue to keep their Final Four hopes alive. The team needs to get back to winning ways, and a victory in this game will be a huge morale booster. There's more.
In what could be a crucial encounter with the decisive power of steering India into the semi-final of the ongoing Women's Cricket World Cup, Team India is now all set to face Team England at Indore's Holkar Stadium on the eve of Diwali in the ODI format. Team England remains unbeaten so far, with 1 match being abandoned due to rain, whereas Team India started on a good note, beating Sri Lanka and then Pakistan, but eventually lost to South Africa and then Australia in the league stage encounters so far.
हम लोग 2 मैच हारे ज़रूर हैं, लेकिन हम लोगों का मोरल काफ़ी अच्छा है, क्योंकि 2 मैच हम लोगों ने स्टार्टिंग के काफ़ी अच्छे गए थे. तो हम लोग ऑलवेज पॉजिटिव माइंडसेट से जाते हैं और हमेशा पॉजिटिव जो भी हमने एज अ टीम किया हुआ होता है उसके बारे में ज़्यादा फोकस करते हैं.
If we look at the head-to-head, India women and England women played 129 international matches across all formats, out of which India women won 50 matches against England women, whereas England won 66 out of 129 matches. In the ODI format, India and England have played 79 matches, out of which India won 36 and England secured victory in 41 matches, with 2 ending in no result. The high-voltage clash between India and England is now all set to take place at the iconic Holkar Stadium situated in Indore, which has the potential of turning out to be a high-scoring game. The Holkar Stadium is known for its flat pitch surface that allows for high-scoring matches at the venue. Batters enjoy batting on a surface with even bounce, a fast outfield and shorter boundaries, which makes it good for scoring some quick runs. While Team England boasts a formidable unit led by Nat Skiver Brunt, Sophie Ecclestone and Charlie Dean, on the other hand, Team India's Smriti Mandhana, Deepti Sharma and Sneh Rana can really prove to be the guns to rely on under big match pressure, as batting deep remains the key to unlock a semi-final spot. The top run scorer for India women in the ICC Women's World Cup 2025 is Pratika Rawal, with 180 runs to her name, and she is just 18 runs away from reaching 1,000 runs in Women's ODI. The top wicket taker for India women in the ICC Women's World Cup 2025 is Deepti Sharma, with 9 scabs under her belt, is just a wicket away from creating a record of 150 wickets mark in ODI format and become the second Indian bowler to do so.
In run-up to the semi-final spot, this match becomes really crucial for Team India, because it is not only about defeating Team England but also about securing a spot in the semi-finals of the ongoing Women's Cricket World Cup. Whether Team India will add that 6th bowling option and how the batting and the bowling unit are going to perform and roar specifically against Team England at this particular pitch remains to be seen. We'll get you all the latest news updates, stats and facts straight from ground zero. With camera person Ashish, this is Deepika reporting for DD India from Indore.
Right, and to discuss more on this, we are joined by senior sports journalist Rakesh Rao. Welcome. So Rakesh, appreciate you giving us your precious time. And we are also joined by DD India correspondent Deepika Mehto from Indore, who will be giving us the fans' reactions and what's the mood like there in Indore. But Rakesh ji, after a great start, winning 2 in a row India have found themselves in trouble, having lost their next two. They currently sit fourth with 4 points in 4 games. And this game is important to win because they don't want to put themselves in a situation where the New Zealand game, the next game, becomes a must-win situation for us.
Absolutely. Because see, what India has been able to do is they have beaten the teams which are lower placed, but they have lost the matches to those who are ahead of them. So that is where India stands. And that's the true strength of this Indian team as well. Let's get real. Teams like England and Australia have always been favoured every time they play in India or against India, wherever, because they are better suited. They have better resources. But Indians, due to their inconsistency, have failed even after creating opportunities. So that is where the Indians need to look harder. They rely too much on the top 3. And sometimes we have also seen that, I mean, especially in the first game, if you recall, the way we won that game, that is the second match, where everybody got a good look in, everybody settled in, but they didn't score too many runs there, because I think the top 6 or top 8 got in. So the idea is that Indians ought to spend more time in the middle, and but that somehow hasn't clicked in the matches to follow, because the way we lost to Australia, even after putting up 330 on the board, so that exposed the frailties of the Indian bowling when bowling in India. So that is something that is a serious worry. But England is another team which is very tough to beat. But should India beat either England or New Zealand, we will hold on to that 4th spot, and we'll follow Australia and South Africa into the last 4 stage.
Yeah, Deepika is also with us from Indore. Deepika, tell us, how's the atmosphere there? How's the mood there? Buzz in Indore. Have heard there's a new press box renovated. It has been built. Good game to watch from that stadium. Good view from the press box.
Abhishek, more importantly, it is about the fans than the press box when we talk about this very crucial match, because here the fan support is very crucial for Team India. This is their home ground, and specifically when we talk about Indore, Kranti God is from Indore, and her parents are today. Her mother is coming to support her from the stands, and she's going to be there as the main strength of Kranti God. She also mentioned and agreed about this, and she said that she's looking forward to the match and really proud to play in front of her family. When we talk about this very important match against England, having talked about the match results that India delivered in the previous 2 matches against South Africa and Australia, it was not that really motivating. But again, talking about this particular match, Team India is really happy, really motivated, and they are very optimistic about this crucial match that they are going to win. Yesterday in the pre-match presser, also we heard that how Deepti Sharma is excited, optimistic about the match, and they said that they've done their homework well and they are strategically well placed. Now let's also get you the live momentum from here, because we are also joined by a few of the fans who are coming from all across the country. Sir, from where exactly have you come to watch this match?
From Delhi, we have come here to watch this match, and prior to that, we were 2 days back. We were in Visakhapatnam watching the matches, all the matches, and even prior to that, in Guwahati, witnessing all possible matches. We have covered almost all matches in this tournament of World Cup.
And when we talk about this particular match, what do you think about this match, having considered the previous results?
Well, we are sure that Indian ladies will win this match. They were not lucky against South Africa, and they were also not lucky against the Australians. They were about to win both these matches, but they were not lucky. Luck also plays a very important part in these cricket matches. So we are confident that today our Indian girls will win the match and take our India to greater heights.
Ma'am, what do you think about the match? You also saw so many matches of Team India, and which player are you supporting today?
I'm from Delhi, and I know that our Indian team is very, very strong, and they will win today.
And what do you think about the performance of the teams, and which player are you particularly looking forward to today?
Whole Indian team is very good. As said, that luck has been not on their side, but today they can definitely perform and win the match.
All right, so there you heard, Abhishek, that many fans who've been, traveling from city to city to witness Team India play, such as the support that they are receiving from their fans and especially from the home ground. And they are very optimistic about the performance. And fans are really, optimistic about Smriti Mandhana. And especially they have high expectations from Kranti Gaur as well ahead of today's crucial encounter, Abhishek.
Yeah, absolutely, Deepika. A lot will depend on Smriti Mandhana. She did well. She batted well in the last game against Australia. But Rakeshji, Pratika Rawal and Smriti Mandhana, they had a good 155-run partnership in the last game. Harleen Deol also chipped in with 30. They would want to continue with the same from top three. Any changes are you expecting in the team?
No, not really. Given the kind of surface that you have, I think your spinners have to come to the party. No matter what you do, I know that Holkar, pitch that supports the, it supports people who are all stroke makers. So England is full of stroke makers. Obviously, they will start as the pre-match favourites. Having said that, Indians have it in them to stop them here. Because your batting is no worry at all. Because I still feel that we bat deep. But excuse me, but the way the Indians have the way they have set themselves up for this tournament, I still feel that there is this one area which is your bowling, which has somehow not been able to impress me. Because the fast bowlers do their job, the spinners get hit all over the park, and that is really surprising because somehow we don't have variation, we don't have all-rounders doing their job. It is just that you go in with specialists. That has been the key, and everybody says that if you are playing a 50-over game, you need specialists to actually win through. But somehow except our fast bowling unit, the spinners have been so far a little below par. But England can be caught. I'm sure that England is a beatable side. It is just because they beat a very strong contender like South Africa in quick time. That has given them so much confidence because they suddenly feel that now they can beat all the sides except maybe Australia because Australia, England are likely to be the top two teams who are going to contest because historically also they have done very well. But I think India being the host, this is their best chance and they can do it. It is not that if Indians perform at their best, if they bring out their A game, trust me, we have a very good chance of closing that, that debate over India's entry into the top four. We will seal that spot.
All right, you're saying India's bowling is a little bit of concern, especially spinners. But Deepika, before the last game against Australia, batting was also a big concern. But I hope that's been addressed. But again, tell us about the wicket, Deepika, here at the Holkar Stadium. Win the toss and bat first kind of a wicket?
Win the toss and bowl first is what the players are looking forward to because this wicket, this particular pitch is a flat pitch and here it's a high scoring game, something similar to what we saw in Vizag as well. So here the team which wins the toss would choose to bowl first, but again this depends because if we talk about the toss result also about Team India in this particular match of ICC Women's ODI Cricket World Cup, Team India haven't been able to win even a single toss. So it also depends on the toss who wins it today and who chooses to bowl first and then gives the opportunity to bat to the opposite team. When we talk about the spinners also and the batting lineup which you just mentioned, Abhishek, in the match against Australia, Team India's top order did not fire, but in the but again in the next match, Team India's lower order failed to perform. So here these questions were also addressed in the pre-match press conference that how are we going to look at the batting unit and the bowling unit as well, because there is an opportunity to expose the bowling unit of Team England, but then Team India has to grab that opportunity to expose the bowling of Team England here, and they have a very good support of the home crowd as well, and they have to perform in both the units, which is the bowling and the batting, and then only they would be able to seal the show. As our guest also said that it has to be the A game that India has to come up with in order to win this particular match, improve their net run rate and have a sure shot, very confident spot at the semi-finals. A very quick reaction before we go further from another fan who's joining us. What do you think about team's performance and which player are you looking forward to?
So yeah, we have suffered a couple of losses now. but we are like hoping a strong comeback from India. Though England is not like unbeaten so far, but yes, tomorrow is Diwali, so we are hoping that India.
Right, Deepika, I'm sorry, I'm stopping you here, but you need to be very quick here, Deepika, because the Hindi channel also wants your live, so I think you'll have to switch over there. But thank you for the time being. But yes, we'll keep taking updates from you. But Rakesh ji, a wicket, what kind of a wicket are we expecting here? I mean, like Deepika is also saying, win the toss and bowl first, but flat wicket, I think batting would be an ideal option.
Yeah, because if it is going to remain the same for, like 100 overs, I think then why not? It's like you need to just ensure that you have to bat better. It is no matter what. And anybody who gets time in the middle has to finish the game. You cannot just score your 50, 60, 70 and leave, because any new batter will take more time, and these batters don't get as much time in the middle as much as the top orders get. So your top order are, all these names who have the experience. This is probably one of the most experienced top order, middle order that you're going to see in a long time, and you're playing at home. So if you don't cash in on these opportunities, then you are only yourself to blame. But the point here is that if we chase down, I think Indians can do that. But then again, the bowlers have to first restrict this England team. I don't see Indians, being comfortable chasing anything over 250. But yes, you need to ensure that you don't have to lose. If you can keep your wickets in the first 10 overs, whether you're batting first or second, I think that is India's best bet to put the opposition under pressure.
All right, but last question on this game, Rakesh ji. England team has struggled in the death overs and also against spin bowling, like you also said. These are the areas that India could also exploit.
Obviously, the team must have definitely, done its homework. And you need to strangle them. You need to stifle them early on. Mix up the bowlers well. Don't just give them, consistently. You can't give them spin from both ends for too long, because then they are comfortable. So you mix it up a little. People who are giving you variety in bowling. So you need to ensure that the batters don't get comfortable, and ensure that there is, if you can ensure that the strike is not rotated. Let a bowler have a crack at one batter for at least 3 to 4 deliveries. If they are taking 3 singles, 4 singles in an over, that means your ploy is not going to work. Because for spinners, you need to set them up. So for that, a spinner needs to at least bowl 3 to 4 deliveries to ensure that the error comes between ball number 5 and ball number 6. So let's hope that Indians set them up well, because I think a lot of homework must have gone into it. There's a lot of good cricketing minds in that dressing room. So I expect Indians to come out as a better unit today.
Right, and like our fan also said, that we need a bit of luck also. All right, so the match starts at 3 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and the toss will happen at 2:30, and we'll keep getting you updates on this game. But talking about India versus Australia game, men's cricket now, India made a poor start with Australian skipper Mitchell Marsh won the toss and opted to field in the first one-day game in Perth. The visitors lost 4 wickets before 50 runs on the board. Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, Captain Shubman Gill and Shreyas Iyer got out cheaply. Kohli, featuring in his first international match in more than 7 months, fell for a duck. The match has been reduced to 32 over per side due to several rain interruptions. And earlier, India's all-rounder Nitish Kumar Reddy earned his maiden ODI cap from Rohit Sharma. Meanwhile, Australia also gave ODI debut caps to batters Matt Renshaw and Mitchell Owen. All right, Rakesh ji, always been, difficult for batters at Perth. Has become all the more difficult, you think, after rain interruptions. What score you think looks more practical now?
See, with so many interruptions, it's very unfair for the team which is out there with the bat. If you're out there with the ball, it becomes so much more easier, because you just have to go out, also bowl three overs, your bowlers come back fresh, they can have a sip of energy drink, get energized if they need to. But at the same time, for the batters, it's very difficult, all these interruptions. So let's be fair to the Indians. But at the same time, Australians have done the most of it. They've caused immense damage. They've taken out your 4 top order guys, and that includes Virat and Rohit. And let's not be too harsh on these two, because if these two are a little rusty, which is to be expected. But at the same time, even Shubman and Shreyas couldn't do much. So let's be fair. But at the same time, yes, in these conditions, very difficult for any batter to go out there after these interruptions and to go and focus, because every time you are getting your eyes in, there is an interruption. So this is not the kind of game that you know, any cricketer, be it in the field or outside, or any cricket lover would like to see, because one team has a distinct advantage here, and in this case it happens to be Australia.
Yes, Rakeshji, and we need to talk about Rohit and Kohli, Roku. A lot of noise around them. How crucial you think is the series for both of them, Rohit and Kohli, in terms of 2027 ODI World Cup?
Well, this is still too early, because you just have 3 games here. You're just talking, and out of which 1 is already gone. So they just have 2 more opportunities. But yes, this is also an opportunity for them to you know, ensure that they feel good about their game. Like, they cannot be going back after you know, collecting a total of 50 runs from these 3 innings. That wouldn't be good enough. But yes, but then these guys are such steely individuals, because they know their reputation is on the line. They can't take their place for granted. They are not there for, you know, because of somebody's, you know, like charity. They want to establish themselves, and they say that, look, we are here because we are good enough to make the playing 11, not because of our experience, not because of our reputation. So these people will be out there trying to prove a point one more time. And the next World Cup is still some, you know, distance away. But yes, playing in Australia, making runs in Australia against Australia is definitely something that these two would relish, and they are looking forward to this. But of course, today was not their day.
To give you the update on this game, rain has relented for now, and the covers are being peeled off, but I think more overs will be reduced. But I think in these conditions, Rakesh, do you think toss plays a very crucial role?
Not exactly, because see, the point is that this entire, you know, this DLS, I mean, the entire system that you have, it is so, I mean, it is number one, very difficult to understand. Number two, the team batting first can bat out the number of overs that has been given to them after all the calculations, and thereafter also the runs that you made will be deducted. Now, that can be very, very, very cruel on the team that is batting first. And toss is uncontrollable. Nobody can control the outcome of the toss. So this is where I feel that, you know, if the system is made a little more you know, easy for people to understand. Here you are at the mercy of the calculation. So here, of course, the toss will definitely play a role, because that is all with the advantage of hindsight. At the start of the game, you will never be able to say whether it's a good toss to win or a bad toss to win. But but then if you have, you know, so many rain interruptions, then you'll say, then obviously it was a great toss to win, and it was great to put the opposition in, and so on and so forth. But this is all after the event is over. But then yes, if you have conditions like this where the rain forecast was for everybody to see, it's given that 90% rain possibility today, and all we have been seeing it that the weather report has been pretty accurate. Around the sunset, that's 6:15 local time also, there will be plenty of rain there. So what we are seeing is that this is not the last of the interruptions. 32 overs is what they say, but when they resume, they are going to recalculate, recalibrate, and then you will have a new number. That means India's overs to see off with the remaining 6 wickets will even get reduced. That in turn will make the job of Australia that much more easier. But then for all this, a minimum of 20 over each side game has to be made possible. That means India has to bat for a minimum of 20 overs. Australia is free to knock off those runs as early as possible. But yes, this is not the kind of game that will actually reflect the true potential of either teams.
Absolutely. And I wanted to talk about Nitish Kumar Reddy also, who is making a debut today. In fact, in Test also he made a debut here at the at Perth at the Optus Stadium itself. So I mean, but we are running short of time, I'm afraid. But we'll leave it at that. Thank you for your insights, Rakesh. Always pleasure to speak with you.
Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Yes, not a good start for India, but the middle order would look to rebuild, and it will be interesting to see when the match starts. We'll keep getting you updates on this. That's all we have in this special broadcast. You stay tuned for more news and updates. Namaskar.